I'm Diana Felsom for 4 for 4 SciTech. The FBI is launching a probe into the massive Sony Pictures hack. Who or what is responsible, James?
That is a great question. At this stage, we don't know. The finger of suspicion is pointing at North Korea, though. As we know, Sony Pictures has got a movie coming out soon, which pokes fun at Kim Jong-un. And, you know, if this is the case and the cyber attack has been caused by this, then it's an absolutely crazy story. But we do know that the attack is very real and it's caused absolute havoc.
The internet is the new battleground. I think we're seeing more and more countries use cybercrime as a way to attack American businesses and the American government, as we saw with the post office hack. And I think there's going to be more of this to come.
And it raises all sorts of questions, you know, if this is North Korea, this is a country attacking us. No civilians died, but still, how do we retaliate? Are we technically at war with them
Are
now?
we supposed to retaliate?
I mean, who knows?
It opens a whole big thing about cyber crime, cyber threats, and like we are all saying, could it be cyber war? But there's other conspiracy theories out there too, that this is another studio that's trying to get back, or there was a possible writer who was wronged. So it could be numerous things. A Chinese ex-police boss started a gay dating app, gets a $30 million investment and official praise. Should we all just quit our 9-to-5 jobs and start an app, Gab?
The funding isn't the big story here. What's really interesting is that the Chinese government, which for so long has frowned upon homosexuality, has actually praised this app and said that it's helped them reach people and helped educate a population that they couldn't reach out to before. And that's really groundbreaking, and it makes me sort of happy to see that technology is leading a change in China.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's a big public health aspect to this. It's being used for public health reasons there, to, as Gab says, to extend this message. It is a great example of how technology is reshaping society, and I, for one, live for the day when we're going to see this type of story coming out of Russia. You know, if societies can change and technology is at the forefront of that, then that's great.
I think it's also a great success story about how your passions can really be translated into a lucrative business. Like with Facebook and Apple, those people were really passionate about what they started, and with this app here, it's what really meant something to him, and now it's taken him to a whole new level.
Right, so the lesson is, if you have a passion, the money will come. And now with the internet and tech and apps, you can really create anything. But also on the flip side, apps can cost you a lot of money. Even bigger companies have tried to launch apps and they haven't been fruitful. So keep that in mind too. The future of space exploration is upon us. How significant is the Orion test flight, Lauren?
So significant. It's NASA getting back to what NASA does best, launching crew vehicles into space. This particular mission is going to be unmanned, but it's going to give the engineers there a really good sense of how the systems on the capsule hold up in the harsh environment of space. And if all goes well, it could take us to Mars someday.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the stakes are incredibly high. I mean, I'll be watching very avidly to see how this goes on. It's going to be like 4.5 hours. It's kind of straight up to space and straight back down again. But it's going to go incredibly far. I think it's something like 14 times further than the International Space Station. It's very, very ambitious. I really hope it goes well.
And it's unmanned, right?
We've had all of these really public failures in the past couple of months. And I think NASA and the space community at large really needs a win here.
Yeah.
So I think we'll all be watching to see, are they successful and can they really make this work?
What's so interesting about the article that I read about this is that it is really about pioneering space. So, like they said, our astronauts are eventually going to stay and actually be pioneers living on these planets. So it's incredible, and it could change the whole entire face of the future for mankind.
The best part about space travel is sending people into space, and it's so great that we're finally getting back to that.
Yeah. It's the holiday season, and that means Santa is hurrying down a chimney near you. Even cooler, tech lets you track jolly old St. Nick. So who has the better tracker, Google or Microsoft, James?
You know, it's good. It's that time of year. I've been playing with both of these. They're both cool. I kind of prefer Microsoft's one a little bit because it uses claymation animation, and I'm a really big kid. But both companies are using this stuff to showcase the technology. We've got like Bing Maps on one, Google Maps on another. Microsoft's going to do a lot of interactive 3D stuff with its tracker, which kids are going to absolutely love.
I have to go with Microsoft because they're pairing with NORAD. NORAD has it covered. They've been tracking Santa since the 50s, you know. So I'm going to go with the one that has the experience, because that's what Christmas is all about, tradition.
Yes.
I don't want to be the Grinch here, but
Go on.
I just think that everyone at Microsoft and Google, don't they have better things to do with their time? I mean, tracking Santa, really?
Well, as we said, it's a reflection on the technology and the tracking services and using the digital maps to see where Santa is, but I prefer the old-fashioned way, which is having a family member or a friend call the house and saying, hey, Santa was just spotted. Everyone get your kids to sleep. It works every time. So if for some reason your internet goes down, there's a backup plan. Now I know what we think. Tell us what you think on Twitter with the hashtag 444SciTech.